Hi everyone! Alright, so I got this See My Art travel brush a long while back. It came in this plastic tube thing, which is quite an interesting way of packaging brushes if you ask me. The little plastic end stopper here were a little hard to remove, but I got there eventually. Here's what it looks like right out of the packaging. Ooh, so shiny! Last time I got a travel brush from this brand, there was no ventilation hole, so I'm actually glad that this time there are ventilation holes in both caps. Notice the left side has large diamond shapes, whereas the right side has small diamond shapes. This is to signify which brush tip is on each side. Of course, the small diamonds signify the smaller brush tip, and the larger diamonds signify the larger quill brush side. This is what it looks like with both caps off. I must say, seeing this image makes me curious to know if anyone would ever make double-ended regular-sized brushes. Probably not, but a girl can dream, can't she? So, the size of this travel brush is about 16.2 centimeters long. The caps did feel heavy in hand, so I figured I'd weigh it. Came out to about 24 grams. For reference, standard travel brushes are about 10 to 11 centimeters in length when closed. I can't remember the average weights, but I think I covered that in my Fumui brush review videos, or maybe my brush collection video, so I'll leave links to those below. Of course, because this is two-sided, it's obviously heavier, but I do want to just note that even with that taken into account, the material of the caps feel heavier than those from Rosemary, Jackson's, Tintoretto, and Raphael. Speaking of weight, I'm not sure how I feel about the balance. Allow me to explain. And please keep in mind that I do have small hands. So here I am holding the brush at the base of the ferrule. I think that's most comfortable for me as the weight of the cap mostly rests on the base of my index finger. If I were to paint extremely fine details and hold the brush closer to the tip like this, now the brush feels very top-heavy and the balance is off. So personally, I think holding it like this feels much more comfortable and rather intuitive. And now here, I'm trying to simulate if someone with larger hands were to hold this brush. I'd say the weight of the cap would still rest on the base of your index finger, but depending on how large your hands are, it might feel like too short of a brush maybe. As for the hair bristles, the listing I bought this from stated that it's made with squirrel hair, but I highly doubt that. It's too springy and snappy, and doesn't hold that much water. Overall feels more like a standard beginner watercolor brush made of nylon or some kind of synthetic bristles. That's not a bad thing per se, but I think it's necessary info to know for those that intend to buy this brush because it's advertised as squirrel, when it's most likely not. Oh, and please excuse my painting. I hadn't painted florals in a long time prior to filming this one, so didn't really know what I was doing. I thought I would be able to show and share how the bristles performed, but that's not important at all. They're perfectly good brushes, both the quill side and the small side. The most important factor to consider before buying this brush is that water will seep into the ferrules. There's a reason we let our brushes dry horizontally or tip down. It's to minimize water getting into the ferrules too much that will damage the integrity of it over time. However, with this double-sided brush, you're most likely going to use both sides in one sitting, and as you do so, after using one side and switching to the other, water will slowly seep into the ferrule while the brush is upright. That said, I believe in using products, so don't let this deter you from adding this to your collection. I'd probably recommend storing your brush horizontally to dry to give it the best shot at a longer lifespan. After painting this floral piece as a test, I felt like I had to do a quick water capacity test. For reference, this piece of Baohong watercolor paper is A5 sized, and I'm painting this on the shorter side of the page. I was only able to get one solid line of paint. This is significantly less than even synthetic squirrel hair, let alone real natural squirrel hair of similar sizes. I've done a pretty thorough comparison in my quill comparison video, so you can check that out for more info if that interests you. That said, the tips of both brushes on this travel brush are extremely pointy. Even someone like myself, who is bad at making stripes, was able to create such thin lines. All in all, I think this is such a fun product. Most of you know I'm pretty partial to quill brushes anyway, so this was an absolute gem to get my hands on. The build quality is on the higher end than my initial expectations, and I think the small brush side is fine as is, great to be used as a detail brush. However, the quill side is a bit disappointing in terms of water holding capacity. If they had used proper synthetic squirrel, or even some sort of animal hair, or maybe a combination, I think that would really elevate this product to a higher level. That said, for the price I paid, I have no complaints. I bought mine on Thailand's Shopee website from the See My Art shop. It was about $10 US. I had some coupons on top of their discount and ended up paying about $6. I found this on AliExpress as well, so I'll link to that below. Well, I hope that was a useful review to anyone looking to purchase this item. Let me know down in the comments below if this would be something you would immediately purchase or if it's a hard pass. And if I missed anything, please ask away and I'll try my best to answer your questions. As always, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to drink lots of water and stay hydrated. Oh, I'd like to quickly do a public thank you shout out to Miranda. I'll put her channel on screen here. I've posted this on my community tab already, but I wanted to put this in a video so everyone hears my voice and all that. So a while ago, and I didn't even know about this until after the fact, but Miranda organized a fundraiser and I have a script here, but I'm getting emotional again. Okay, hang on. Okay. I just wanted to convey how grateful I am, and Miranda is such like a sweet and kind soul, and everyone who donated also such incredibly generous human beings. I honestly have no words. I'm not great at feelings and emotions in general, but yeah. I just wanted to say a big thank you and a big bear hug from me to Miranda and to each and every one of you who have extended a hand and shown me kindness. So emotional. Okay, I go cry now. Thank you, everyone. Please take care of yourselves too, okay?